Hi everyone, this is Brad Van Amberg at Van Amberg Realty in Wilmington. Today we're going to take a look at the subdivision known as Cape Landing. It's in Castle Hayne. Our first topic will be, where is Cape Landing? Then we're going to take a look at who the two developers were. And I have a picture of what the neighborhood looks like. Then we'll take a look at the front elevation photos of 8 of the homes. And over the 4-year period that these homes were built, we're going to look at the builder uh, sales statistics, the number of units they built, and what the price per square foot was. And then we come to current sales history of the resales by people who originally bought the homes. And then finally, I want to draw your attention to my website, which is vanambergrealty.com. I have videos there, and I also have a video on how to search for homes, and I have a really nice search engine that you can use. Here is a map I put together showing Cape Landing up at the top left. And then I wanted to show you where the airport was, and the historic district, and Wrightsville Beach, and the different variety of shops that are available to you. Okay, here are the statistics from American Homesmith and Hardison Builders. American Homesmith built 32 homes, Hardison 30. They're almost all two-story homes, with the exception of Hillcrest, which is 13, and Willow, which is 1. Seabreeze is the only two-story home that has the master bedroom on the first floor. Okay, here is a photo of a typical street in the subdivision. You'll notice the homes are spaced pretty far apart as compared to a lot of other subdivisions. They give you good space. The HOA dues is only $438 for the year, and that's just basically to maintain common areas in the subdivision. These are 4 of the models that were built by American Homesmith. The average annual tax amount, real estate tax, is only about $1,500, some a little under, some a little over, which for people coming from out of state, they're kind of shocked by that. And these are the homes that were built by Hardison Builders. These slides are all available on my website, vanambergrealty.com, and go into the videos section, which is right under the home tab, and look for the Cape Landing video. And there's a slide presentation with all of these slides. So if you want to look at any of these slides for a longer period, and what's coming up are sales statistics, and I'm not going to sit there and read them all. So you can go over there, and if you have a certain interest, you can get them there and take a look at them. My next 7 slides are all floor plans of the different models. So I'm only going to spend about 4 or 5 seconds on each one. You can pause the video, or you can go over again to my website and take a look at them over there. Okay, these are sales in the first year, 2018, by American Homesmith. They had 11 sales. They ranged in square footage of a low of 1,900 square feet up to about 2,300 square feet. The price per square foot, uh, one's at 102, but most of them are in sort of the $130 per square foot range. In fact, the median is 127, and the mean average, which is your mathematical average, was 130. You can see they built 11 homes during almost the whole year. They didn't have any sales in November, December, which doesn't surprise me because the market really slows down in those months. This is their second year, and they built 9 homes that year. The price per square foot still slightly higher than the previous one. We went from 127 median average to 131. Keep in mind that COVID started right around January, February, when Trump blocked flights from China. And then finally, in May or in June, people started to realize there really is a problem. And so, as a result, a lot of supplies for builders became difficult for them, and prices started to increase. And this is the third year, 2020, which again is right in the peak of the COVID problem. You'll notice that the median average went from, we had 127, now we're at 135. So we're up, what's that, about 5% or so. And this is year 2021, and that's when the prices just really took off. This is, I guess this is the start of Biden's administration, or maybe his second year. But prices have gone, and remember 127, we're now up to 140 a square foot. And this is Castle Hayne. It went even crazier in other areas, especially in Wilmington. So on this slide, I took the totals from each year. So you can see in the top part, they had 11 units sold, 11, 10, 9, 10, 2, a total of 32, and a total of 19 million in sales. Then the next box down shows the mean average, and the bottom box is your median average. And you can see that the prices went from around $130 a square foot up to 140, which is, well, 10% would be $13. So it's less than 10%, but it still went up. Okay, we've got 2018 Hardison Builders. They did 6 sales. Price per square foot ranged from a low of 121 to 151. The 151 was for a home with only 1,700 square feet. And it was a willow, which is a 1-story, and they sold only one Hillcrest, and that's a 1-story, and they both got the highest price per square foot. That's kind of interesting. These stats are kind of interesting. Hardison went from 6 sales up to 13. And they have a lot of homes below 2,000 square feet that they sold, and they were getting $140, $145 a square foot for those. And then in the 130s and 120s for the bigger homes, the median and mean average were both around $130 a square foot, which is similar to what American Homesmith was averaging. This is the final year of building for Hardison. They had 11 units. This is actually kind of interesting. If you'll notice, they only built 2 models. The Hillcrest, which is 1 level, and they built 6 of those and 5 of the Seabreeze. And the Seabreeze is the only 2-story house that has a master on the first floor, and the Hillcrest are all one level, single, 1 story with a finished room over the garage, um, which really is, as a realtor, these are 2 really good homes to build. A lot of demand for 1-story houses. We have a lot of retired people, and they don't want 2-story houses because of the stairs, and they're getting older, and the stairs are hard for them. And then so the Seabreeze, it gives you basically a 1-story kind of living with the master downstairs, but you still have room upstairs should you have relatives come. They can have the whole second floor for the grandkids and the family. So those are very popular models. And the price per square foot, look at that. The median was 126, the mean average 137. They didn't raise their prices a whole lot, even with the COVID problem. Okay, here's the summary page for Hardison Builders. You can see that their price per square foot, even the mean average, only went up slightly. And with your median average, they maintained with the Seabreeze, which had 2,400 square feet. It was a bigger house and a lower price per square foot. Okay, this is the sales volume by year for resales. And you can see in 2020 we had 2 and then 1 and then 5 and 5. And sales dropped off in 24 to 1, and in 25 so far just 4. And what's interesting, I put in what the original price was and the closed price. So you can see in 2020, the average total volume, they asked 624, but it was 607 that closed. And then in 21, 405 and 400. But then in 2022, when the insanity started, the average original was 1964, and the close price was over asking price. And finally, in 2023, selling price was under. And in 2024, it's slightly under. And in 2025, it's under. I did an analysis in Wilmington of all the listings that were being current listings, and I went through to see how many price cuts. Almost 50% of all homes that were listed had at least one price cut, and a large group of that were homes that were only on the market for 10 or 20 days, so they haven't had time for their price cuts yet. Okay, this is the homeowner sales summary page. You'll notice in the very first year, 2020, the mean average was 303,950. That's pretty close to the final year for Hardison Builders. That's what their last 6 houses, was it, that they sold for. And then you can see how these prices just in 1 year went from 303 to 400, 397, 430, 477. I mean, that's crazy. Price per square foot, 187, where they were so much lower before. And you can just see how if you say as the bubble bursts, is the market diving yet? I'd like to say it is, but it doesn't appear to be. Not from what I'm looking at, and and prices are even higher in Wilmington. I'm just going to let this one ride for about 5 seconds, and then we'll go to the next one. You can pause this if you want to look at it. And again, these slides are on my website. I promise not to jump in here, but look at the prices that close: 475, 493, 529, 412. These houses, most of them sold for under 300,000. And this is and they were built in 2018. It's not like they bought these houses in 1950 or something. Okay, I'm wrapping up now. This is one of my websites, VAR-Wilmington. This is a search engine that ties it right into our MLS system. And if you click on, if you see under the Van Amberg Realty, you see to the left says Van Amberg Realty. Click on that and you get a whole nother toolbar that shows your videos, and that actually is tying into vanambergrealty.com. So if you wanted to do a property search, these are all the different filters that are available to you. And so that's basically our presentation today. And thank you for listening to this, and hope to see you again. Bye for now.